Hello, dear friends. I welcome you all to my Institute English Cosmos. In this particular small lecture, I'm going to inform you and enlighten you regarding 5 Muslim writers in India. These writers have constantly been asked in the exam. The first one is Ismat Chughtai. Date of birth you can see 15 to 1991. She is famous for one particular story, and that is Lihaaf, the quilt. It has been translated in more than 50 languages of the world. It is a story which is based on LGBTQ community by those foregone era. In that foregone era, where people did not know like whether this topic should be touched upon or not. Lihaaf is a story of two lovers. They are lesbians. Okay, and Tedhi Lakir, the crooked line, is another important work. So she was a pioneering writer as per LGBTQ community writing is concerned. Clear? So now let us move to the next writer. Our next writer is, you can see, okay, so we can study her first. Nasira Sharma. You must have not heard the name of Nasira Sharma, but she actually writes in Hindi. And as you know that in the 6th unit of NET UGC syllabus, they have been asking us translated versions of the studies also. So this writer is famous for writing Shalmali and Thikre Ki Mangni and other notable works as Parijat and Sat Nadiya Ek Samandar. You can remember her. But the most important part is that you need to remember her name, Nasira Sharma. Among the foremost voices of Hindi literature, Nasira Sharma writes across borders. Geographical, cultural and emotional, bringing seldom heard stories of women, war, displacement and resilience. Why I have come up with this section of Muslim women writer, that sometimes we consider that Muslim society in India is quite a retrograde kind of society, retrospective society, but it is not with everybody. There are very great kind of writers who have been canonized also in Indian universities. So the second one is among them is this writer. Now let us talk about another writer. Those who are thinking like why I have goggles on, I should tell you that there is extreme lightning all around, and because I am a bespectacled person, so sometimes I feel very or it pressurizes my eyes. So kindly accept me with goggles also. Clear? Third important writer in this series is Qurratulain Hyder. You must have heard the name. This was recently asked in 2 or 3 times in the NET examination. Clear? The River of Fire, Aag Ka Darya, she is famous for this writer, this particular write-up. And other notable works are A Journey, Kare Jahan, Daraz Hai, and Golden Threshold. So a literary giant. Qurratulain Hyder is a name in English literature in translation, and Heather's works weave history, identity and civilization. Okay, so she closely understands the condition of women around in a society which is governed by patriarchy plus racism. Clear? So you should also give some attention to this writer. And now let us move to the next writer. And she is none other than this famous one. You must have heard about recently there was a Booker Prize awarded to her, and that is, yeah, you are right. One of my NET qualified student gifted me this book of hers recently, Heart Lamp, and immediately I had a reading of that book. This is a collection of short stories actually, and Bano Mushtaq is very much live. She's an activist. She is voice of margins. Why margins? Because you all know that in India, women, particularly Muslim women, are on the margin. So, and apart from this, we have a set thinking about them. The mainstream media plus the majority class of India, they consider that they are burqa clad people. Clear. So how they react, what is their condition, are they have been enjoying some agency among their own families and all. So the writer has thrown light through this book, and the name of the book is Heart Lamp. Okay. And Hridaya Deepa, it was written first in a South Indian language, and then it was translated. So she also has given voice to the Dalits also, clear, and marginalized women voices. So her stories actually challenge social norms. Other notable works are Hasina Matu, that is another, and Banu Mushtaq stories. So you should always remember that she has been questioning patriarchy, caste system, faith, and injustice with sharp simplicity. You'll be surprised that when I read this book, I was surprised that one can write in a very simple, as well as in an attractive language. Clear? Now this is a question for all of you to write in the comment section, that when she was awarded the Booker Prize. So this was your third writer. Then let us move to the next writer. I guess you will certainly respond to the queries I'm asking you, like write in the comment section and all. Now, Atiya Hussain, a very, very famous writer. I have seen Atiya Hussain's question 4 to 5 times in NET exam and in all the other set exams also. Atiya Hussain is a very powerful story writer, dear friends. Okay, she talks about Muslim identity and partition particularly. So the sunlight on a broken column. This is something very important. Now, this is another question that you should all know, that from where the title has been taken. Sunlight on a broken column. This is a question. This was the question actually. I'm not discussing it. I'm just leaving it to you so that you people can search on internet and can write in the comment section. It's a haunting tale of love and loss and the partition. Okay, and the shadow of the crescent moon, diamond dust, and the tombs of sand. Tombs of sand is also very, very important. Okay, so her writing is essential for understanding partition literature. Dear friends, almost in all alternate exams of NET, they have been asking us questions on partition. So partition literature is equally important. You should all pay attention to the partition literature. Now let's move to the next writer. You may write in the comment section, do you find it very odd if I'm teaching in such goggles on my eyes? So we have discussed all these writers, 1, 2, 3, 4, Atiya Hussain, Ismat Chughtai, and Mushtaq Bano. Now let me talk about a little more on what I'm going to be. Look, why these writers matter for UGC NET. First of all, syllabus relevance. If you are really catering to the needs of second paper, you should pay attention to this. And critical perspectives are there, because if you study gender studies, if you go into the depth of the feminist literary criticism, if you go into marginalization in partition literature, in cultural memory, cultural studies, because these writers have taken Dalit. You will be surprised, like why I'm saying that these writers must have taken Dalit into consideration. The reason being simple. Muslim writers, they come from a community where they have been relegated to the secondary status up to an extent because of patriarchy first, so they are marginalized. Second, they are marginalized because in a majority of a Hindu country, they constitutionally have been enjoying all the rights, but that look, as we say that we don't exercise casteism, but you all know that apart from the the major metropolitan cities, casteism still is existent, very much existent in India. The same thing is there, that a person who has been marginalized can understand the marginalization. So these writers are very important because they have a very powerful way of saying things in a very simple language. Clear? So then there are different kinds of exams these days, so where they have been asking you in school exams, particularly first grade and second grade, not in all, like for Kendriya Vidyalaya and Navodaya Vidyalaya, and in our Rajasthan, the Eklavya exams are there. So there they have started asking the writing pattern, means they give you questions and then the students write long answers. So there, these writers will be important for you because they ask you question. Then they also talk about beyond the canon. Canon means the things which have already been set in the syllabus, like Shakespeare is there. So you must be knowing that these days they have stopped asking you questions on Spencer, Chaucer, a lot much on Shakespeare. They simply give one question of chronology. So most of the time they give you questions on the out of the canon. So a student should be aware of that. Oh, what are the emerging voices in literature? So because I live in Jaipur, so I keep visiting Jaipur Literature Festival for all the 5 days with all my students of English Cosmos, and we need to attend all the sessions there, because there we come to know, like, oh, these are the new thinkers. And I was surprised that among those, for example, I can give you so many good examples where these writers were there. They are not canonized, but later on their questions were there in the net, because the people who are preparing the question papers, they all know about that there will be at least 5 to 6 questions which are out of canon. So please start coming out of box and start reading these kind of writers. Thank you very much.